Alfred the Great and the Dismissal of Ministers. In the storm-lashed Kingdom of Mann, where the Council of Ministers sat in vaulted halls of oak and stone, whispers of intrigue carried louder than the crash of waves. The High Lord, Alfred of Ayre Michael, chosen by the folk, yet ever at the mercy of courtly currents, sought to rule with steady hand. But his counsel, meant to be his shield, proved instead a shifting battleground, as brave knights fled to backbenches or were banished from the kingdom of the top floor of government offices on Prospect Hill. The first to fall was Lord Ashford of the North, Douglas, master of the realm's coffers. His resignation came like the tolling of a bell in the spring of 2022. When shadows of scandal arose about the physicians of the realm, he left, head bowed. He placed aside the chain of gold that marked his charge, leaving the vaults to Sir Doctor of Alanson, who had to take time from his work on helping the realm's sick and needy to slay themselves. Not long after came Sir Callister of Health, raised swiftly to heal the kingdom's ills. His tenure was brief and troubled, his authority fraying beneath whispers in the chamber. By decree of the High Lord himself, Sir Callister was dismissed, his chair left vacant, as healers and scribes pondered who might be next, who would wear this burden. It was then they saw Sir Laurie of Hooper returning from enterprise on his noble steed. The summer of 2023 brought the downfall of Sir Thomas of Rhodes, warden of the bridges and harbours. A man of fierce convictions, he pressed too boldly against the grain of council custom. Summoned before the High Lord, he asked to yield his office, and so he did, departing to the barren lands of Backbench. In the winter that followed, Lady Edge of Learning was struck down by decree. Keeper of the schools, libraries, and sports of the kingdom, she was dismissed for the crime of questioning the high power. Courtiers murmured at her sudden dismissal, yet the decision was final. The seal of Lord Alfred pressed hard upon it. The burden of health, already heavy, claimed another in the autumn of 2024. Sir Hooper, who had steadied the ministry after Callister's fall, grew weary of endless struggle. He fled amidst claims the healers were to undergo a transformation known only as privatization. Denied by the High Lord, who absolutely did not breach parliamentary standards in denouncing this gaslighting falsehood, he was sent to a far-flung land, returning only to support the DOI in its plans for 20-mile-an-hour speed limits. Soon after, Lady Lord Brennan of the Cabinet, steward of scrolls and keepers of governance, stepped down of her own will. Unlike others, she did not leave in anger nor disgrace, but to return to her people and tend to her lands beyond the keep in Glenfaber and Peel. This week saw the fall of a long-time hero, a veteran of campaigns and former member of the secretive Council of Legislative. Lord Crookall, who had held the curious mantle of Minister without portfolio, which definitely did not exist only to secure an extra vote in the chamber, announced he had to defend his lands from the barbarians behind the area plan. Having served in many halls across his long career, he laid down his signet, withdrew from the chamber, his departure echoing through the corridors like the closing of a great door, final and resonant. Thus it so became that in but 4 years, 7 ministers departed the Council of Mann, while some fell by the High Lord's hand, some by their own weary choosing. Each left the kingdom altered, the council diminished, and the High Lord forced to bind the fraying threads of rule with what allies remained, as they prepared to face their most challenging threat yet, the revolting peasants, as they stood in the general election in the year of our Lord, 2026.